From the hottest summer from the White House kitchen garden, this is West Wing Week.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, the White House hosted PTA Day and the annual Iftar dinner. And the president addressed the drought and spoke with NASA's Curiosity team, while the administration began accepting applications for the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. That's August 10th to August 16th, or Dream Day.
Consideration of deferred action.
Friday was PTA Day at the White House, featuring an open for questions online Q&A with Director of the Domestic Policy Council, Cecilia Munoz, and PTA President, Betsy Landers.
Excited to have you here, and I'm personally excited to be part of this because, as you heard, the most important thing I do is be a mom. Parents play a tremendously important role, without which we can't hope to be successful in making sure we meet our goals for our children's education in this country.
That evening, the president hosted an Iftar dinner, marking Ramadan in the state dining room of the White House, continuing the annual tradition that began under President Clinton and continued under President George W. Bush.
We hold sacred. Foremost among them is freedom of religion. It's enshrined in the First Amendment of our Constitution, and it runs through the history of this House, a place where Americans of many faiths can come together and celebrate their holiest of days, and that includes Ramadan. Thomas Jefferson once held a sunset dinner here with an envoy from Tunisia, perhaps the first Iftar at the White House more than 200 years ago. And some of you, as you arrived tonight, may have seen our special display, courtesy of our friends at the Library of Congress, the Quran that belonged to Thomas Jefferson. And that's a reminder, along with the generations of patriotic Muslims in America, that Islam, like so many faiths, is part of our national story.
On Monday, the president made a call to congratulate members of NASA's Curiosity Mars rover team at the agency's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, where the rover was designed, developed, and assembled.
This is the kind of thing that inspires kids across the country. You know, they're telling their moms and dads they want to be part of a Mars mission, maybe even the first person to walk on Mars. And that kind of inspiration is the byproduct of work that you guys have done. I'm going to give you guys a personal commitment to protect these critical investments in science and technology. I thank you for devoting your lives to this cause, and if, in fact, you do make contact with Martians, please let me know right away.
Later, in Iowa, the president toured the McIntosh family farms in Missouri Valley to see firsthand the impact of the historic drought on farmers and ranchers in the nation's heartland. There, he reiterated a call for Congress to pass the Farm Bill and announce new administrative initiatives to help farmers and others hurt by the drought.
The best way to help these states is for Congress to act. They need to pass a farm bill that not only helps farmers and ranchers respond to natural disasters, but also makes necessary reforms and gives them some long-term certainty. But the folks suffering from this drought can't wait for Congress to do its job. So in the meantime, I've made sure that my administration, under the leadership of Secretary Tom Vilsack, is doing everything we can to provide relief to those who need it. And we're going to keep doing what we can to help, because that's what we do. We are Americans. We take care of each other. And when our neighbors hit a rough patch, we step up and help out.
To find out more information on resources available for drought assistance, please go to whitehouse.gov/drought. On Tuesday, Deputy National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes stopped by to tell us about his experience as part of the U.S. delegation to the Olympics and his Rhodes travel.
Hey everybody, I just recently got back from London, where I was honored to be on the U.S. delegation to the closing ceremonies with Susan Rice, our ambassador to the UN, Reggie Love, former White House staffer, and two outstanding athletes who are on the President's Council on Fitness and Sports, Michelle Kwan and Curtis Pride. We were able to take in the excitement of the games. We saw some track and field. We also saw the U.S. Men's and women's team win gold. Running up our medal count, and the U.S. was able to decisively win the most gold medals and most medals, and we, of course, were able to thank some of our athletes. It was amazing to meet not just some professional athletes, like the basketball players, but also some true amateurs, including athletes, for instance, who have other jobs. One athlete I spoke to is both a multiple-time Olympic athlete as well as a school teacher. So I think it drives home how proud we are of all the things that our athletes do. We're also able to take in the closing ceremonies and see the extraordinary job that our British allies did in hosting the games. And I think it was clear to us in London that this was really a tremendous moment for the United States, but also a tremendous moment for the United Kingdom and the City of London, who pulled off an extraordinary games, came off without a hitch. And in that closing ceremony, we saw the spirit of our very close friend and ally, as well as the Spice Girls, which was something that was very exciting to all of us as well. So again, wrapped up a great games for the US, a great games for the UK, and we'll look forward to 2016 in Rio.
Wednesday was Dream Day, when the administration began accepting applications for the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. Certain immigrants who were brought to the United States as young children will be able to avoid the threat of deportation and obtain an employment authorization for 2 years by filling out the forms that can be found at uscis.gov/childhoodarrivals. To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week. But wait, before you go, here's a word about what's in store for you next week.
On Monday, we are celebrating the Children's State Luncheon for the first time at the White House, and I am so excited because this is when they really learn about good food and how good food should be. Tune in next week, and we'll see you on Monday for the Children's State Luncheon. So keep an eye. Monday, I'm gonna see you back, okay?
Hey, come with me. You guys gotta check this out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We're almost there. We're getting close. All right. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Down the hill. Here we are. Just wait till you see this. This is the beginnings of the biggest watermelon the White House has ever seen.
Congratulations.